Hello, hello. Hello, hello. It's me. I'm back. Look at that. Took an entire week off. For reasons. Don't mind me, just doing stuff really quickly. But yeah, I took some time off. It was the holidays. All that good stuff. And also, because I was very, very sick over the past week. I'm really hoping it wasn't COVID, but reading online, I mean, that's what the symptoms were, right? Still had my sense of taste and all that, but it was just like really runny nose, lots of coughing. I was like, oh God, did I have COVID? I hope not. That would just be devastating. Yeah, let's get straight into it. Look, we're here. All right, that's Reddit. Don't need to see this. Also don't need to see my manga decks. We're not doing any of that right now. Let's see. What are we doing here? Today's stream is also going to have to be pretty constrained because I do need to go back to work. Working on Rust stuff. It's very scary. But I only need to get I don't know. Writing a test harness for some Rust stuff is always really tough. Or not always, but if you didn't design something to be tested, kind of retrofitting something after the fact so it can be tested is really tough. There's too many dynamic traits which are just smart pointers where there shouldn't be. Or there are smart pointers where there should just be enums. There are structs where there should just be smart pointers. It's killing me, dude. But anyways, going to this stuff. So we can go to GitHub. And also, let's make this bigger. Look how big it is. Real-time lip sync. Who's the 1 star? Who started this? Can I star it? Didn't you used to be able? Oh yeah, you can look at stars. Who is this? Propaganda? Why would you even star this? Let's see. It's not here. Where were my notes for this? It was in the issue on the original repository. Oh yeah. Okay, so do audio processing. Okay. So we're gonna look at estimate vowel, or estimate, not estimate, vowel. Estimate vowel. Give me 1 sec, just doing some stuff. Okay, cool. Just checking my Discord on my other computer. I have a million computers on my main desk right now because I've been very busy. And also, need to stand up more. Usually when I'm working, I have like the other desk that doesn't matter. And then my desk. So there's like the work desk and then the play desk. Play desk is a standing desk, convertible standing desk. Whereas the work desk is very small and just has a bunch of computers on it. But I'm trying to switch it up. Been sitting down for too long. It's bad for you. Okay. So let's see. This is main screen. App manager is where. What is NM? Notification man. Oh, is this in the? Am I on the wrong branch? Nope. This is the correct one. Where did I put the real-time lip sync stuff? Oh no. It's been too long. Real-time lip sync. That was in... I don't think it was in GUI. Was it in GUI? That would be absolutely wild if I did that. I really hope I didn't do that. So it should be in. Okay. Not this one. Ephemeral pop-up can go away. Let's look at. We'll open up something here. OpenC face. Is it in one of the resource files? Is that what I did? Why don't these look familiar? That's what I'm concerned about. What is this? Hey. Ooh. What am I? Oh, this is prop tracking. That's why it doesn't look familiar. All right, git branch. I was working on prop tracking, but not really. Git restore. Git restore project Godot. All right, so let's go back to the real-time lip sync. Real-time. Based off the Godot audio processing stuff. So reload all the stuff. So it was an app manager, right? Yeah. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We'll create a new manager. So this will be like the lip sync manager, probably. Create a new script called. Doesn't need to be a native script either. We'll call it real-time lip sync. It just needs to be able to process, which I believe references can process. Is this true? So objects can call process, right? Or no? Is that incorrect? That is extremely incorrect. Well, not necessarily. So there's still notification stuff that we can. Oh, maybe not. I thought there were other notifications you could listen for. Oh, nodes have more notifications that they can listen for. Okay, so this needs to be a node. So we'll call it lip sync manager. We're doing this in Godot, the Godot editor, not an external editor, mostly because I have these things in different projects. So it's a little inconvenient to have to go between both of them. All right, so we got too many things open. Signal broadcaster, this class name, cool. So let's do the same thing here. Class name, lip sync manager. Easy, and then what we're going to do here, let's zoom in just so it's visible for everyone. We'll hit you with something. What are we gonna hit you with? I think it's gonna have to be everything that was in App Manager. We'll just move over here. So that's real-time lip sync. Yeah, okay. How did I do this? How did I do this for my other projects? Oh, you spend a week not really paying too much attention to something, and suddenly you just have no idea what you're doing anymore. So it goes. Yeah, so there's the old lip sync manager stuff. But, you know what? I think I can just, I can reuse all this, right? Kind of. Yeah? Alright, so I've written this once. Okay. So why did I make these separate? I don't remember. Alright, so there's your real-time lip sync, right? That should be pretty good. And if I'm remembering correctly, where we left off last time was that we couldn't, or it's something in the conversion factor here. Here. Where is it? Read 16-bit samples. Yes. So whatever we're doing here, it's not correct. So I actually need to re-implement this on the Godot side. And then from there, we'll pass in a vector of F32s to Rust. Yeah. As opposed to just passing the, the bytes directly to Rust and then having Rust do the conversion. There's something here that's wrong, but I'm not sure what. But the data is not coming correctly. Alright, so connect, treat, exiting. So when we start exiting, we'll want to do all the fun stuff after that. On tree exiting. What did I do here? I know that this worked. Because it's a reference, we don't actually need to do anything super fancy. It should auto clean up. So all we need to do here is just do this. Yeah, just call shutdown. Yeah. Let's move everything over to here from App Manager. We'll also do boom, boom. We'll connect real-time lip sync to all of this stuff. Hey. And then we'll also have effects be over here. So all the lip syncing stuff is just going to be handled by Lip Sync Manager. Effect is effect chord. You know what? I think I'm just going to do these things very similarly. I think I do prefer this pattern. So you either do as many like on ready loads as possible, or do everything in the ready function. There's not really a huge difference between the two. But I think it is just a bit cleaner to do everything all at once. So lip, no, this will just be lowercase lip sync. Lip sync. Lip sync, so then will equal load, uppercase lip sync, new. Okay. All this stuff is all the same. Okay. I think the buffer counter, I implemented that here. Okay, so we need to move this over to the lip sync manager as well. Okay. Grab this stuff. All right, cool. No. Record bus name. Okay, let's grab that as well. Okay. So we need to call process here because we do need to poll. Actually, what are we polling for? What does poll do here? What does this do? Poll. So it looks for oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so it just checks for the status of the current running lip sync job. Okay. So that's fine. We can grab this. Lip sync poll. Or we won't grab it, but we're going to copy the idea. Poll as fast as possible, but, you know, it's just one thing. It doesn't really matter. So lip sync, poll. The more important part is that we are going to grab this function here, which is the conversion stuff. So read 16-bit samples. Yeah. So that's tough. We're just gonna take it pretty much directly from theirs. That's okay. Because I know that theirs works. I don't know what's going on with mine. I must be doing some sort of, I guess like a bad cast, right? Yeah, it's one of my number types is wrong, but I'm not sure which one. But I'm not able to get, you know, the appropriate number. It's not in range -1 to 1. If I remember correctly, last time when I tested this, I was getting like -2 to like some high number. Yeah, so this is wrong. This is wrong. Which means I need to go back and recompile. Okay. So, real-time lip sync GD. We'll recompile at some points, but we do need to. So executes. This will not be a typed array of U8s. This will instead be probably a variant array. And then we'll just grab everything out of it. It'll be a variant array of F32s, because I'm pretty sure that's what Godot, that's what this is doing. Like it's doing, you know, U8s to 16-bit values, but Godot really only has I32s. It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Still, voice is still a little junky, if you can believe that. Still a little messed up. All right, so this is lip sync. Need to get the buffer, so var buffer. What did I set buffer to here? So this buffer is 5, okay. Okay, well. Const buffer, some sort of int is equal to 5. This is equal to big buffer. Right, we initialize it as that. Then, so if buffer is less than or equal to 0, we send all of this stuff into the lip sync update function and then reset the buffer. Otherwise, we just start counting down, right? And then also make sure not to restart the recording too often. Here, read 16-bit samples. I think that's, I need to do this. Boom. Like so. At read 16-bit samples call argument 1. Pool byte array doesn't match the function's expected argument type audio stream sample. Hey, what did you use? Read 16-bit samples. Oh, it's just the audio sample, huh? Okay. We'll just pass it like that then. That's okay. Right. So when we start this, it's going to break immediately, which is, that's okay. I can live with that. Copy these, because these are just print statements. Look at that. That should be okay. Save config. Okay, so we've completely wiped it out, which is good. We're not completely just yet. Near completely wiped everything out. There we go. Should be good. I do want to re-implement dynamic physics bones at some points for this as well. But we'll get around to it when we get around to it. But this will be, I don't think it's a typed array. I'm pretty sure this is just a variant array of, what are these actually? What does this give me? This gives me, let me see. Let's see. What do you give me? from Xylan. That's good. So are these ints or are these... No, these are floats. Yeah, these are floats. Okay. So these are F-32s. I believe. Hopefully. Maybe. Hard to say. F-32. Please work. Alright, so input data. Input data. This is an F-32. Joint Strike Fighter. Which means that we need to do something here. So create a job. Why is new data this? Who wrote this? Are we good? Oh no. Then job executes. Oh no. This is an F-32. Then we don't need to do this, I guess. We'll just do let mutable data equal stream. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Can I get this as a vector? As no. Ooh, what do you got? So there's append. I don't want to append. I want to. Hey. I want to append. Okay. Can I just into this, and then this will be a vec of F-32s. You think that's gonna work? Okay. So the following implementations were found. The standard box. Traits standard convert from typed array. It's not implemented for standard vec. Ooh. What is a typed array? So Godot Rust typed array. What do you got? 404, that's good. That's a variance array. Latest version. Typed array. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Pool allocator. So from variance array. Yeah. Insert. No need to write into it, that's okay. I guess I could read. Hold on. Yeah, so we can read into it and then, so read into vector. Is that okay? Wait, no. What am I doing? What do you got? Please, I desire code completion once more. Okay. What do you got? What do you got? Two variants, nope. I don't know. Iter. What is into vector? Convert self into a vector without clones. Okay. Into vec. Shouldn't that just work? Is that not how that's not the function is? Isn't that how that works? No. Or does it need to be boxed? That might be it. Oh yeah, it does need to be boxed. Okay. Let's just iter. And then collect. Oh, can I not do that? Ooh. What? I'm able to iter over the read. Okay. Hold on. So okay. Vector. empty vector. Then for I in stream read iter data dot push I. And then that's not gonna work because I don't think I own that data. Oh, that totally works. But hold on, what are these? These are references, so we can dereference it since it's just a primitive type. Yeah, there we go. So we're not able to clone it like directly, but that should work. All right, so cargo, build, release. We'll just copy everything over. Okay. Give this a save. As always, just forget to hit Control S sometimes at the most inopportune of times. Okay, real-time lip sync. Grab the DLL, copy it into the actual add-ons folder. It appears I can't do that. What is your problem? We're not running it right now, so that should be fine. It's not loaded. Replace the file. Because it's open in another program. Sure. Am I in the folder for no reason? No, that's OpenCFaceGD. I'm not doing anything here. That's done. You're also done. Eh? Am I able to delete? Okay, so Godot appears to be doing something, so say goodbye. Alright, so this is the DLL I want. Just paste it into there. Yeah, Godot was doing a thing. I don't know what you were doing, but that's what you get. You get closed. Alright. So let's give this a try. Okay. Once more with feeling. So we can look at the lip sync data. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Is this working? Probably not. I don't really know. Nothing appeared to really work. We did leak some objects, but that's okay. Let's print out. Oh, you know why? You know why this didn't work? It's because I didn't turn it on. Okay. So lip sync manager. Lip sync manager needs to come after pretty much everything here, right? So on ready var lip sync manager LSM. Lip sync manager. One of these, and then we'll just add child, right? So add child. Awesome. Ignore that semicolon. I'm writing a lot of Rust recently. I feel like the more Rust I write, and there was like a few really small things that were just I wasn't understanding because everyone was always using the big fancy Rust terms for referring to stuff. And I was like, oh, that's just it's immutable. You're borrowing, and I don't know what you mean by borrowing, right? But now it all makes sense. All makes sense. Now, right? So in Rust, whenever people say like you're borrowing a thing, what they actually mean, or when they're, you know, when you are, I guess, consuming something, you pretty much only ever consume something when you work directly on the object. Actually, I'm not even sure if that's true or not. I think maybe everything consumes the object unless you have an explicit just reference to self. So no mutability means that you consume the object. I think that's the biggest thing that I wasn't understanding. And then there's a lot of stuff that happens implicitly as well. So you can iterate over something that implements into iter, I think. but then that consumes the object. But if you iter over something, that gives you a view over the original object. And then iter usually is a reference to self, which means it doesn't consume the object. You know? It's once I internalize that, or I guess once I realize it's just like, okay. If it's a reference to self, it doesn't get consumed. Amazing. I wish someone told me this before. If your function signature takes a mutable self, you're consuming it. Otherwise, you're not consuming it. Once you consume something once, you do not get to use it again until it goes out of scope. Someone told me that's how it worked. Everyone just always uses really fancy terminology. Nah. I don't really know what I'm doing. More the type of guy that just, you know, it works. Number go fast. So update, am I calling the wrong thing here? So this is, I think this is on the Godot side that I'm messing this up. Oh yeah, this is 100% my fault. Okay, so, wait a minute. That shouldn't be returning a stream. Oh, invalid variant type. Expected float 32 array got variance array. Okay, yeah. So we can do, pool, what is it called? Pool real array, right? I think that should just work. Like Godot will implicitly, it will look at the return type and then automatically converts from a variance array to whatever the heck this is. Or I suppose we can also do pool real array. What's the what's the function signature here? I always forget. You can do like from, okay, from, yeah, from just like a regular array. Okay. Or this will work too as well. All right, let's give it a try. Please work. Hello. Yeah, I don't know. These look to be about as expected. Debugger's kind of not keeping up with me, unfortunately. So the estimate's always -1. Why is this? And I'm pretty sure that I need to get rid of this reference to the audio bus thingy. Whereas pretty much whenever we have an audio effect record, things kind of break, which is tough. Maybe we can just release the reference to it. That's something that's kind of bothering me. Alright, so they didn't fix it, but you know, we tried. Why is it vowel 4, by the way? Is there a difference in like the initial thing that I'm saying, and then if I modulate my voice differently, I'll get a different vowel number? Maybe not. Okay, well, I tried. So looking here, what are the... I'm printing things out, but I don't remember where I'm printing things out. One of these is on lip sync updated, for sure, which I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's just the dictionary. Then the other thing is here. Isn't there, there's one thing, am I hitting like a Godot print somewhere here? Is it in job? Print. Prints. No. Is it in lip sync? I don't think it's in lip sync. Oh no, print, no. It's not in job, it's not in lip sync. Probably not in librs either. Oh, it's here. Godot prints, so it's always 0. You know what? Something that's fairly easy to do is we can do We'll grab, you know what? Just print out samples here. Print samples really quickly. So we get a lot of a print spam, but ooh, geez. Okay, so that's good. Also looks very wrong. Am I not recording in 16? Am I not recording in 16-bit format? I might not be. You know what? That is one place where I deviate from their implementation. Do I need to set the format every single time? That doesn't make sense to me. Like if we look at record here, we're recording in 16-bit. There's no reason to constantly, you know, set and then reset it to the same value. But maybe it makes sense, I guess. All right. So set recording active false, and then we can do var sample is equal to effect get recording, right? And then this will be audio effect audio sample audio stream sample, right? Should be all right. Then we'll do sample set format with set format audio stream. I saw it. Sample. What is it? Formats 16 bits. I don't really understand why there's two things here, but okay. Converted sample is equal to pool real array, and then read 16-bit samples of this sample thing, and then we'll just pass it in here. Just so it's a bit easier to debug, we've split them up. Yeah. So all I need to do is up to this part, and then I pass everything into lip sync updates. So nothing has changed on this side, right? It's still a typed array of F32s. We send things over using the broadcast channels, right? So we have, it's not a two-way channel, it's just two different channels. It's two different one-way channels. So we're able to talk to the job, and the job is able to talk back to us, not on the same channel. So it's a bit wasteful, but whatever. This simplifies my life. So we don't need to filter out our own messages if we had like a two-way channel, a duplex channel, if you will. But I'm wondering what's going on here. You know what? Let's hit it. Let's just recompile. I don't know. Send it. Yeah, there we go. So consider yourself sent. Grab the DLL. Drop it in. What are you doing? Who is holding on to this? So Godot is doing a thing. I don't know what Godot is doing, but they're holding on to it for some reason. Okay. Bring me back. Just open this back up. Didn't used to have this problem, but you know, so it goes sometimes. It's the nature of the beast. This feels like it's a bit more broken than it, or a bit, yeah, more broken than it usually is. Hello, 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 hello. Oh no. Printing too much text. Okay. Okay. It's all zeros now. Is it not able to get my microphone? I shouldn't need to do any of that stuff, right? I'm not sure what's going on then. So looking at add-ons, real-time lip sync. There's the native library. Entry's correct, right? So we can make sure it is. We go to add-ons, real-time lip sync, DLL. Yeah, I mean, there it is. Give it a save. Click on the native script, class name. Yeah, that's fine. Empty file, of course. I don't know. What if we, just to make sure that we're actually changing things, we'll recompile it one more time. Ugh. I can still feel that I'm still pretty sick. Why is this? Why can't I? What's going on? You're not running. Is it just running in the background and it's just not letting me do a thing? It's very annoying. Yeah. I must have changed something. So like it's, I don't know. Don't know. Let's see, let's stop printing out the samples. I think that's really killing performance for sure. Go back here. All we should be seeing is the data, but yeah, it's not picking up any of my data anymore. Do you think if it's oh, you know what? Is it voice meter that it's like voice meter is doing a thing and it's intercepting my data? Hello. So that's ASIO input. You know what? It could be voice meter. Let's switch it over. This might get a bit loud, so I'm gonna be checking. Hello. Are we good still? So the music should have stopped. Yeah, the music stopped. So let's try this one more time. Hello. Are we getting different things now? Hello? It doesn't appear to have worked. I think there's also an echo now. All right, music's back. You know what? Just to check, we'll run this other one. The reference. Hello, this is me talking about something. Well, I don't know. Like there is like a drone in the background, which is causing some stuff to happen, but I can see that the waveform kind of changes. Ooh, ooh, When I talk, I can see kind of this peak. Yeah, see it peaks there whenever I do like the p sound. So that's not the problem. And then their audio setup is the same as mine as well. So yeah, master. Yeah, our setups are the same. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Right, they're 16-bit, I'm 16-bit. Resource doesn't need to be changed at all. Yeah, just has a name attached to it. Yeah, and then I guess the only thing is that their record button is slightly different, right? Because they've hooked it up visually, which I kind of dislike, but you know, that's their own prerogative. Yeah. So why am I not able to do this? pool real array. I don't know, just hit it with a, just clear it just in case something weird is happening. So I've confirmed that this definitely does work. Does this function not exist in pool real array? Okay. Okay. I'm thinking. So we can make this just one of these. So samples is one of these, and then we'll return a pool real array of whatever these samples are. So we always generate a new one. Should be okay. Hello, 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 hello. See, now we're not getting any estimates whatsoever. So I'm thinking at this point, well, no. Am I? Hold on. Oh, you know what? Did I forget to stop doing the thing? And by doing the thing, I mean this part here. This part, this part here. Okay. This part here. So function execute. Create algorithm. I guess we're not using it. That's okay, but it doesn't make a difference. I did confirm though that we are indeed making changes whenever we recompile, so that's not a problem. Does this need to be sync anymore, by the way? Yeah, I don't think we need to have that either. No, we do. Sender job message. Okay, so that does need to be. Alright, well. You know. If we're implementing send, we might as well also, or sync, we might as well also implement sync. Or what am I talking about? Also, I don't know how to type apparently. Oh, Marital Strafe. Thank you very much for the raid. You've come here at a very strange point in my life, where I am still banging my head against this this lip syncing stuff. How was your stream? How was your stream? I'm assuming you were doing Godot stuff. Let's see. I think in terms of me, I haven't really made that much progress as a. The only thing I've really done is move a bunch of this kind of stuff. I mean, that's pretty much it, right? I moved all this stuff over to GD script as opposed to trying to do it in Rust because one of my conversion thingies that I'm doing is wrong, and I don't know why. Sounds like you get much done, just move things around. Yeah, pretty much. Well, it's, easier said than done, right? Because, well, I suppose the reference is in GD script, so moving things from there to there is not too hard. So you can see here that we had the, the read 16-bit samples, whatever. So instead of using this function here, we're now using this function from the reference. We do lose that speed increase, but it's not that slow to begin with. Although it looks very scary to me. Yeah. I don't know. It's something to do with like the bit shifting. I was definitely messing something up, but I'm not sure what. Right, because a pool byte array in Godot comes as an unsigned integer, 8-bit integer. Right, and then reading this documentation here, which is, or this is not documentation, but this person's findings from Godot Q&A, it seems to make sense. They're doing some sort of bitwise operations, I don't know. This should be functionally equivalent, but it's not, and I have no idea why. So, but now that I've moved over to using or doing everything in GD scripts and everything's broken. Been a mess. Hello, Captain Fubar. Happy New Year's to you as well. Yeah, but I don't really mess with Bitwise operations. I leave that to the actual computer scientists. Yeah, I'm getting over a cold, but thanks for asking, Captain Fubar. I was reading online actually that my city, so I live in Atlanta, freely admit that. Yeah. It matches up with what I've seen though. Apparently there's like a huge COVID wave. I think I might have had COVID. Omicron, because apparently the only symptoms are like super runny nose and very coughy, or very lots of gunk in the back of your throat, which is pretty much was me last week, along with a really intense fever. So I hope it was a cold, but might have just been COVID. Yeah, even though I don't really go outside all that much. It's very strange. Oh, hold on, I need to fix this really quick. So I think I'm passing this in incorrectly, but it's hard to say. Or you know what? We can just do this. Godot, print, excited. Let's see, and then we'll just look at data, and then hopefully we'll be able to see what this is. Okay, does not implement. All right, we can try to pretty print it. Hopefully that's okay. All right, so let's recompile. Well, you don't get COVID. COVID gets you. I suppose. Atlanta's not really in Russia though, but I'll allow it. All right, well, what's going on here? Russia, same difference? Yeah, I suppose. Atlanta's in Georgia. Georgia may or may not be the Central Asian country that used to be part of the former USSR. So, you know, logic checks out, I suppose. Alright, so now we should be printing out the results, by the way. So print. Hello. Pa. Alright, so we're just spamming the logs. Alright, so we're just getting a bunch of zeros. And also breaking the logging colors. Why is this? So I'm not able to get real microphone input for some reason. And also we're just leaking a bunch of data because for some reason this thing here tends to leak. I don't know why. I wonder if it's possible to just kill this via the audio server. Yeah, on the other hand though, right? I have been having to work on work stuff even though I've been on break. And you know what? I've finally gotten a pretty good hand on how to write Rust. Yeah. I guess that's what my actual job is now. It's Rust and Python. But most of their, I guess, Python developers can't do Rust, but I can. Or at least I said I could. And I finally understand the difference between like consuming a value and then just getting a view on a value. And what circumstances lead to which one. Watching a bit of Togglebit streams. Who's Togglebits? Do they do Rust? I don't really watch like too many other programmers. Unless they're doing like, I don't know, something actually interesting. And I acknowledge like, if I would not watch someone do what I'm doing right now. Usually Lip syncing, kind of a snoozer, I'm not gonna lie. Which is why I'm trying to get this done as quickly as possible. Reuse Rust on the daily. I think Rust is a neat language. It's a bit constrained. I guess it's yeah, I mean it's just forces you to be correct, which is nice when you're going into other code bases, but it also makes it really tough to refactor as well, in my opinion. So like I'm working on a test harness for work stuff, but because of how they designed it, right? Like of course, if you don't design something to be tested, then it's not going to be very easy to test. But in like the, you know, what we were doing, or what I am dealing with right now is, you know, we have some sort of service, container native, does not run locally at all. But what they want to do is be able to test it locally, because as it turns out, bootstrapping an entire Kubernetes cluster locally every time you want to test something is kind of a pain. Surprise, surprise. But because they did not design pretty much any of their services to work like that, you know, we're running into issues where not able to, you know, you're not able to mock certain services, right? Because, you know, some things that should be enums are actually just pointers to things on the heap. Some things that are structs should actually be pointers, and so you can't, you know, just insert mocked services easily. So what I'm having to do is add a lot of like compilation arguments and hide things behind like, oh, this is the local feature, you know. Otherwise, use the other one. Test-driven development. It's not even like test-driven development. It's just like it's not meant to run locally. So the entire service is bootstrapped, assuming that you have every other service running in the cluster. Right, so there's, you know, it assumes that there's going to be like a Postgres database that just kind of exists, right? It assumes that Postgres will be there, it assumes Kafka will be there, it assumes, you know, all the other Kafka adjacent things will be there as well. But that's kind of a problem, because we only want to run the one thing. Why isn't this working? But at the very least, oh, actually that didn't work at all. Well, I tried. Yeah, but it's like, can't mock out Kafka because Kafka is required by whatever service where I'm trying to test. All right. So we're still gonna, so we need to mock things that Kafka uses, but then Kafka depends on Postgres, which is okay because we can mock Postgres. But actually the service that we're testing doesn't take a Postgres trait, it depends on the Postgres struct, which is different. Where traits are basically interfaces if you're living in the Java world. There's too much mixing, it wasn't... So I'm, you know, just slowly losing my mind at not even work, it's just stuff in my free time. Which is why I'm wishing this will just work as well, but it's not. It's taunting me. It knows. Alright. Use Docker images to emulate those services. Well, they don't get... We don't want the actual service. The problem is that it's meant to run in a container, and then that container has, you know, it's searching for other containers, other services, and then there's like the networking layer. So the networking layer I cannot mock. Audio effects did not turn up. Yeah, they didn't. I don't know why. Alright, I'm gonna change this back really quick. Just to make sure I'm not crazy. I might be crazy. So do all of this. Go to the bottom here. Change this function signature as well. So this would be a U8. You know what? U8. Everything else good. Something else breaks here. Job message, input data. Done this in the wrong order, but that's okay. Typed array, then lip sync. Set bus effect enable method. Is that a thing? Set effect set recording active. Is that set effect enabled? Oh, okay, well. What I'm trying to do is... you know what? Yeah, well, what I'm trying to do is get rid of this last bit there, which is saying that we're leaking things on exits. I'm not really sure why. It must be like we need to remove the bus entirely. Otherwise it doesn't clean up correctly, but I don't know why that's even necessary to begin with. It doesn't happen if I'm on another branch. Use set bus bypass effects to bypass them. Set bus bypass effects is bypassing effects. I don't think I need to do that since there's only the one bus. I think this should just work, maybe. Right, so we close here. We're still leaking for some reason. No, it's something to do with this audio bus that's not getting destroyed correctly. And that's something that I can also verify happens with the other project as well. So this is the reference project. So this is what I'm basing my stuff off of, but this is implemented entirely in GD script. So I'm trying not to do this entirely in GD script. You see here, hello, hello. If I make the P sound, pa, pa, P sound, you can see that it's actually working. But then we kill it, and then we see that this one also leaks for some reason. So there's something in Godot, I don't know what's happening. You know, I fixed a crash with this reference code, so I thought I could fix the other things, but I don't know. Are you calling it deferred? Does it need to be called deferred? I don't think it does, right? So on tree exiting, this should clean up, so I'm missing something. The other thing that may or may not be happening, well actually, what are you talking about, calling deferred? So these are not called deferred, these are just on tree exiting, which is when, you know, we exit the program. So I make sure they get cleaned up explicitly. It's probably not a huge deal, but it just, it bothers me. I don't think these need to be called deferred. I never heard a try in case it needs an idle frame to delete the bus. Well, if I call deferred, like this is only on tree exiting, right? So like on the next frame, then the application is, the application closes anyways. So it's only on cleanup that it makes any difference at all. Alright, so update. This needs a U8. Alright, so let's recompile this really quickly. And then, let's see. Yeah, there's something different with my setup today, but I don't know what. I usually am able to just replace it without having to open and close Godot, but today I have to do this. Actually, you know what? Is it something with my audio settings? Like my microphone is just busted for some reason? Yeah, I suppose that's something I should do at some point, is compare my audio settings with the other thing. Hello, 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 hello. This is me talking. Okay. Typed array. Oh, it's because of this. All right. It's on the Godot side now. So in lip sync manager, don't want to do this stuff. Instead, do lip sync updates. So it's effect, get recording. Actually, I think this should be okay. Yeah, just send in the sample. So tracking. Hello, 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 hello. Still getting some errors. What is your problem? Expected byte array. Data. There we go. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so I'm assuming the data is still zeroed for some reason. But now I'm actually... What's happening? What happened? This used to at least be working incorrectly, but now it just doesn't work at all. Let's see. Does something happen with this? And by this, I mean the project.godot files. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at both of these project.godot files. Let's see what the Godot audio processing thing is doing. So project.godot. How do I split it? Move to other view. Okay. So engine configuration. POV. Hello, Not Spooky. Hello, hello. Long time no see. How are you doing today? I am very slowly losing my mind, but you know, what else is new? Let's see. Enable audio input true. Hello, I'm good. Hello, good. I'm Team UN. I thought you were Not Spooky though. There's your editor plugin. That's okay. GD native, no singletons. What's making you lose my... So I am working on real-time lip sync for this application, this one. Of course, this duck doesn't have any lips, but if we move to a model that actually does have lips like this one, look at that. So you might notice that it's not really synced up with my speech. It's more just kind of looking at my mouth and then, you know, adjusting the model to fit. So I have a lip syncing algorithm here, but for some reason, something has changed and now the algorithm no longer works, or I'm not able to pass in data anymore, which is just baffling. I don't know what's going on. So like the algorithm, it's solid, right? It's sick. And I have it in, I have the conversion stuff, like, so read 16-bit samples. So Godot has, it's like a Godot bug, or maybe it's just like not documented anywhere, but these audio stream samples are always in 8 bits for some reason. I don't know why. Even though it says that it's in 16 bits. So I always need to convert it from 8 bits to 16 bits, and then from 16 bits to a range of -1 to 1. But on the Rust side, I'm doing something wrong. That's okay, you know. Maybe I'm dumb. But then I also re-implemented it, so I have the reference implementation here for doing it in GD script as well. But this is also not working, so I'm not sure what's going on anymore. Change one line of code and it just dies. Well, see, that's the thing, is that I actually went back to my initial implementation as well, back when it was still broken, and it's still dead. I don't know. It's now more broken than it was before, even though I haven't really changed anything. So it's a bit baffling. I suppose one thing that is slightly different is that it's no longer just running in my big singleton manager, but the big singleton manager is also no longer doing things. I've just commented everything out. So I don't know. Something weird is going on. Yeah, so we can turn this on again. Blah, blah, blah. Like my implementation, I'm pretty proud of how at least this part works, right? So we have all this stuff just written in Rust. And then it just runs everything on its own thread. With 2 channels, one for talking to the thread and one for the thread to talk back to us. And then it just runs, you know, via jobs. So we don't stop and start the thread, we just leave the thread running and then have the job report back whenever it's ready for a new job, which is what job RS is for, this part here. But, no. Yeah, and then we're also able to report information back to Godot so that we're able to print out data, which is just this portion here. Yeah, lip sync updated, which is also what's being shown in here. But I'm not getting any data anymore, which is bizarre. I'm also trying to recover from a sickness last week. Yeah, as I was mentioned early in the stream, I think I might have had COVID, but could also just be a cold, since Omicron is apparently not as, you know, it doesn't kill you as much. So it's kind of hard to say. I have a line of code that might fix it. You know, I've tried the hello world thing a few times. I've done it a lot when doing the Rust stuff. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, wait, this doesn't make any sense. Hello, Arrow. Yeah, I'm working on lip syncing stuff, so that's why I'm not the duck. Because the duck doesn't have any lips to lip sync for. It's a little hard to lip sync if you don't have any lips, but with this thing here, it does have lips. Look at that. But for some reason, everything's like super broken. Don't know why. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm alright, you know. It was just like one day, had like a horrible fever. Was about to do my standard thing and just like take a bunch of fever meds. But you know, got over it, got better. All last week was, you know, not able to talk without coughing though. So was reading online that like, oh yeah, that's a symptom of Omicron. I hope it wasn't, but if it was, then, you know, RIP sperm count, but that's all right. Add lips to the duck? No. Human mouth, maybe. I actually don't have the original duck files anymore. They're on my old computer. So what you see is what you get. Although, because it's so simple, I guess I could just like re-import it into Blender. Because I think the duck is only 16 times. It's basically like 2 squares on top of each other, right? Audio effects. One of these, something here is wrong. Actually, can I check this? Oh no. I can't go back. I'm dumb. I didn't commit. Okay, well. Wait, why would COVID affect your sperm count? Yeah, that's one of the... Isn't that one of the things it does? Like, one, if you get like regular COVID, it's not like super lethal or anything, but like the effect that, you know, filling your lungs with, you know, fluid has is that it just rips up your lungs. And then also, I think it was suggested, not confirmed, but suggested that it does like, you know, do bad stuff to you. Your reproductive ability as well. Also was suggested with COVID. Yeah. Well, there's research to suggest, shall we say that? There's research to suggest. Is it... There may be a slight correlation towards that. Now, is it causation? It's hard to say. Maybe people that contract COVID, I don't know, just are less fit to reproduce. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say. There's lots of things that could cause it. But is there a correlation? There was a slight correlation. I haven't really kept up with the medical literature. You know? Does COVID cause lower sperm counts? Maybe. Or is it people with lower sperm counts just contract COVID? You know? There's a statistics training coming back. It's all coming back to me. I remember stats class. That was fun. Doing double, triple integrals. Integrals of integrals. Oh. Or not integrals of integrals, but like integrals where other integrals were the bounds. Fun times. None of that baby stuff where you actually get a calculator. Sperm meta? Yeah, I don't know. I try not to think about it too much. I'm still like trying to avoid coughing into the mic too often. It's tough though. I'm trying to figure out why am I not getting... So this is the data, by the way, right? It's just a bunch of zeros, right? And then this is the data that's being sent in. Hold on. Wait a minute. Did I change something that I shouldn't have with like I'm pretty sure I can clear this data, I think. So we can save to WAV, but we don't want to save anything that we're recording because I'm just, you know, talking garbage. Audio effects record. Audio. Okay, hold on. Audio effect record. Get recording. Is recording active format? No, this is all fine. And then set recording active. If true, the sound will be recorded. Note that restarting the recording will remove the previously recorded sample. Yeah. Why is this not working now? It was working back when this was just all in the app manager, so luckily I haven't deleted this stuff yet. So let's just do this. Comment this out. Bring this stuff back. Alright, so add child. Not estimate vowel. I know that still works, probably. Connect all of this stuff. Now we'll want to pull, because we need to pull every single, or I guess more than every single frame in order to see if our lip sync job is successful. Alright, but then we'll do all this stuff as well. So this was what we were working with before. So now we'll just start talking into the mic and see if it works. Hello, 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 hello. It doesn't appear to be doing anything. Third object. I don't know what happened. What's going on? What version is this? This is 3.4.2, which makes sense. Audio stream player. This is correct as well. Actually, hold on. Audio stream player. Ooh. So I know I'm supposed to have one of these, but let me compare against this one again. Estimate vowel demo. Audio stream record. Yeah, I mean, they just renamed it. Autoplay, record, bus. Oh, is my bus incorrect? Oh, my bus is incorrect. I'm smart. I know what I'm talking about. How did the bus get all messed up though? This was working before. Hello, hello, hello. All right, there we go. All right. Why did this switch? Why did this switch? I didn't change it. I'm mad. I'm mad, but I'm gonna keep it in. Stay cool. Alright, so just undo. Wait, redo. Undo. Do this, then we'll go to job. Undo everything that we were doing here as well. Ooh, yeah, that's good. All right, so what we're doing here is we are now going to be on the Godot side at the very least. We'll be doing the conversion from bytes to 16 bits integers and then to floats all on the Godot side. Because my algorithm on the Rust side is incorrect and I'm not sure what's going on with that. Also not smart enough to to really figure out either. Bitwise operations, man. Very scary. Alright. Also, Godot is not cooperating with this stuff either. So now I just need to close it. Usually you don't have to do that. Usually you don't have to do that. Alright. So now this is still broken. Hold on. Lip sync manager. Alright, undo me on all of this. Okay. Okay. I closed it, so now I can no longer undo. Get rid of all of this stuff. Add child, LSM. Delete this. Redo this. Send me. So there's LSM, lip sync manager. Lip sync manager. We need to do this. So stop printing out all the data. We'll want to do this. We'll pass in converted sample to our GD native library, and then that should be okay. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. Send it. Okay. Last thing. Oh, hello, 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 Catton. How are you doing today? Hello, hello. Oh, look. Pa 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 pa. Pa 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 pa. Pa 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 pa. Pa 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 pa. I actually have no idea if it's working or not. I'm not just making random noises into the mic. We're lip syncing. I'm not sure if it's really doing a thing or not though. I'm working on lip syncing, so that's why I am using a different anime model as opposed to just the duck. So I think it's working, maybe. And then if you look at the monitor as well, you can see that, oh geez. the processing required to do this is ridiculous. Doesn't look like the lips moved on the, yeah, because the tracker is actually not, I can't run the tracker twice, basically. I could write it so you could like multiplex out somehow. I suppose that this might work. Oh, no, no, because you can't bind to the same port multiple times, I think. Unless you have something else that's kind of managing that. Or can you? I don't know. I've been stuck in Kubernetes land for too long. I don't remember what's correct or not. But anyways, check that out. So yeah, ports. Yeah, ports. Something sailors, something going port to port. I don't know. What's the quote? I've actually never seen what's it called? I've never seen that movie. Subtitle is like The Spy Who Shagged Me, whatever. I had Kubernetes installed when I installed Samba. How would I turn that off? It makes password checking slow. I'm assuming that you're on... Actually, I don't know. Samba is like a Windows thing, but it's usual. Samba is a thing that you would use to connect Linux to Windows servers somehow. So, which system are you on? Are you on Windows? You shouldn't have Kubernetes just running in the background on Windows, otherwise your computer will be like super slow. You're on Linux. Oh, okay. Well, even then, I don't know. Your system D. I'm assuming that you're on a system D system because that's the most popular type of system. You should be able to just find the daemon and then turn it off. Yeah. Wonder why you're using ports for those. So, in order to do the face tracking stuff, right? So this thing, the face tracker, runs in Python. This broadcasts on some port. So it's broadcasting like on a local host server, essentially, if you want to think about it like that. And so I believe we can only, yeah, this is the server. So it's localhost 11573, which is the defaults. Don't hack me. Oh no, you know my IP address. It's localhost. So this is the face tracker is not connected in any way to Godot. So Godot is just listening, you know, for data on wherever it's broadcasting, which is neat. Face tracker's outside essentially. Yeah. For a localhost. So I guess it's working now though, so I don't know. I think we're just gonna send it. We're just gonna assume it works. So let's start building out the fun stuff. And then also hopefully try to figure out why recording is so slow. Like 50, what was the, look at that. That's crazy. Whenever the lip syncer is running, it gives me about like 48, 50 milliseconds of latency. Hello, Nita Mouse. Remu? I don't know who Remu is, but it's possible. I don't know. This is a model that someone sent me for testing, and now I just kind of have it. I'm trying to do something similar for the Twitch integration stuff, because I know what I'm doing. So Twitch stuff, you don't really need to worry about ports all that much unless you're trying to rebroadcast information. Also, this is the Twitch thing. Haha. Look at that. You want to prove that I like the model? It's not my model, but I don't even know if it's like for commercial use, but I don't make money from this. Working with WebSocket, serving Godot, listening to localhost. Nice. Well, why are you listening to localhost, I suppose? Unless you have something else that's broadcasting as well. Unless you have two Godot programs that are trying to communicate to each other, that would also make sense. Getting ready for a game jam? Gotta love a good game jam. Very tasty sounding, for sure. Alright, but let's see. Well, anyways, I think I was talking about something that got super detracted. Someone sent me this model for testing, because if you can kind of see here that this model has multiple blend shapes moving for like the eyes. Oh geez, look at that. When you blink, they kind of, there's like the top of the eye that blinks, then there's the bottom, and then there's the sides. Whereas I think for this model, this only has one blend shape. This is the reference model. These are controlled only by one blend shape. Oh geez. Like that. It's a lot simpler than the other one. So they sent me this complicated one for testing. I figured out to try to get the authorization. He's getting the code somehow, because I have the redirect URI from my application to localhost, and it looked like I could send info to Godot from the browser that way. I don't really No, what you're talking about? I had a similar idea. So Godot can't listen for callbacks, which is kind of tough, but oh, hold on. Get this off screen. There might be sensitive information. All right, there's not. So this is what I usually do, by the way, this is Postman, talking about the Twitch stuff, right? So given that you have your refresh token, I just run this request every single time, which is the refresh, and then it should just work. So if you want to get a new token, that's going to be tough. I think you'll need to use Godot C# in order to receive the token code. Yeah. Because Godot does not have any ability to bootstrap its own HTTP server, I think. Or at least it can't broadcast out, like, you know, this is my web server, which I think is what Twitch kind of requires from you. Yeah, I once you get the token stuff, it should be pretty smooth sailing from there. Yeah. But what we're gonna do from here is we don't really need to look at anything anymore. We could look at let me see. Lip sync. So I was looking at lip sync for how they actually implemented their stuff as well. So this is the Unity implementation of whatever they're doing. And of course, it's really fast because they're using Unity's burst compiler, which does a thing. Of course, my bottleneck isn't on the lip syncing part. It's just the recording part that's really slow. I don't really know why that's the case, but you know, I don't know. Oh, and I'm doing this wrong as well. Double updating that. Oh, you know what? I was double updating, which might be why it was super slow as well. That's my bad. Getting the token, that's the problem. I haven't looked at the refresh tokens yet. Yeah, well, so for whatever you're doing, Arrow, whenever you grab the token, what I think you should be doing. So let's get distracted again. Right, so we go to Paint. Here's the flow that I think you should be doing if you want it so that I guess it's user friendly to get a token, right? So what Godot will do is that your Godot app, this is your app. Your Godot app, your app, right? Will do a thing. So your app will need to have its own HTTP server running, which Godot does not let you do. So you'll need via C#, or you'll need to have your own HTTP server broadcasting on, say, like 8080. And so you'll need to do this via C#. That's what I would think, at least. I could be wrong. So this will be C#. That's C3, C#. Right? And so that's your first flow, is that you set up your HTTP server, then you send all your other requests. So you'll send your get token stuff. They'll redirect, and then you'll be able to open it up in the browser. They'll click on stuff. So this is like why does that have to be C#? So because you need to be able to set up an HTTP server to broadcast on some ports. You do the get token stuff. You know, you can send those requests via Godot. So all this stuff can be via Godot. That's pretty easy. Get token, and then user clicks accept. And then from there, you'll need to intercept that on your HTTP server. So Godot has no facilities for, doing HTTP server stuff, which is why you need to do it via C#. Does Godot only support its own scripts in C#? Godot supports whatever you want. So as you can see here that I'm writing some code in Rust, and I'm compiling it over into a GD native library, and then I'm calling the lip sync stuff from Godot, which is why I like using Godot, right? Also, why is this so horrible? Yeah, I think that's the flow, right? And then from here, by the way, Arrow, is that once you get here, then you get your code. And then you'll just continue on with the process from here. So this is the only C# stuff that you'll need to mess with. Yeah, so we're talking a separate program having an HTTP server. It's not really. So you would just need to have like an HTTP server being broadcasted for this one flow. Once you're in this step, once you're past this step, you can turn off the server. That's all you need, because all the server needs to do is your server just needs to catch the callback from clicking accept. Accept fires off a callback. You'll need to intercept that callback on some ports and then grab the code, right? Your auth code. This is once you have your auth code, then you can go on to the next stuff. New stuff. So WebSocket server will not do that for you because it doesn't allow you to accept callbacks. That's the tough part, right? I tried to solve that, but I was just, I don't care enough. I don't want to do C#. I was reacting when I go to the redirect URI and click authorize. The errors on Godot saying this sounds something with a WebSocket header. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be possible without C#. I've looked at it before. Oh man, what was this one jump that was just like 300 looks like? Yeah, I mean this is why I like Godot, is that it does all this stuff kind of for you, right? Like I don't like writing things entirely in Rust. I like having some visuals. I also like writing Python, which is what GDScript is pretty close to. I wonder if there's a way to run this on a thread. But no, I'm pretty sure audio effect recording runs on the main thread. So that's tough. I don't know. That's tough, I don't know. But it works, yeah? So, lip sync data updated. Ring as I go, you're probably right though. Yeah, I mean, if you can make it work, I'd be very interested to know how you're doing it, because I don't think it's possible. Because there's no server. Like you can connect to, so all Godot provides is really clients. Like WebSocket, you can set up your own WebSocket server, but that's not, you cannot accept HTTP REST callbacks, right? I've tried that before, right? Because I've also written, check this out. Let's get even more distracted. Look at this. At where is it? I had it somewhere. Oh, it's here. Look at this. So this is a MongoDex reader for Godot. I'm going to get my login token. But see, the problem is that I'm having to do this the hard way for MongoDex, because Godot doesn't have an HTTP server to accept anything for, so we can't really, well actually no, this is just a client, so actually never mind, this is completely irrelevant. Anyways, never mind. I thought I was building up to some sort of greater points, but as it turns out, I've just undermined myself. Anyways. Yeah, the point being, Godot is great for connecting to other things. It's not great for receiving information. Can you do it? Yes, if it's via WebSocket, or if you're, how this works is it uses a UDP server to just listen on a port. Yeah. But there's no way for you to just listen on a, I guess, to broadcast out. So you can listen on a port, but this won't let you accept REST requests. That's the problem. That's the gist of it. That's the long and short of it. Unless there is an HTTP server. No, there's only HTTP clients, which I suppose. Well, I don't know how you would do it using HTTP clients. That's hard. Yeah. Maybe you could. I don't know. Maybe you could make this work using HTTP client, but connect to a host. Connects to a host. This needs to be done before any requests are sent, but this doesn't let you listen for requests, right? Yeah. It doesn't let you broadcast out. Only connect. Practicing music for the game jam. I'm also trying to practice music. You can practice music whenever you want. You know? Just hit it with a little bit of a sound of music. I've actually never learned like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. I've always learned it as 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just numbers. We're gonna spend forever trying to figure out before going another way. Yeah. As is tradition. As is how most people are wont to do. Anyways, I think this is good, probably. So we'll just commit straight to master. Git add all. It works, I don't know. I actually don't remember what my changes were, so we're just gonna send it like that. What a fantastic commit message. Yeah. Usually my commit messages are a bit more detailed, so I rewrite everything to different implementation and then it works, I don't know. Pretty good, pretty good. So I think we can close this. And then we'll just open up everything in OpenCPage GD. All right, so check this out. Look at that. Do you want to guess how the entire UI is done in this app? Instead of using UI nodes, I instead just dynamically generate them at runtime using XML files. Look at that. It's beautiful. Estimate vowel, I don't need this. Let's see, tracking. I think that should be fine. Yeah, there's lip sync, use lip sync. And then if there's lip sync data, okay, so we'll need to open up VRM model here. Yeah. So Arrow, if you're trying to do that kind of stuff, I think everything is very possible. I can confirm that for you right now. However, the getting a new token, so if you're trying to onboard a new user, that's where you're going to run into a lot of problems, right? That's where you're going to run into the majority of the problems. It's like getting the token is the hardest part. Because usually for this kind of stuff, you would have some sort of web UI. you would usually have some sort of web app that would handle this for you. But if you're doing everything locally, that's why it's tough, right? Because most applications aren't local. That's the tough part. Like even I think there's like a few like stream helper tools. I mean, they pretty much only run in the browser. Like I think for OBS WebSocket, yeah, on GitHub, the most popular implementation is, yeah, one of these, like OBS Tablet Remote, which this just runs in your browser, I think. I'm pretty sure, or at least it's npm. Yeah, it works in any web browser, yeah. Like everything is a web app nowadays. Dude, this is bad. Ignore this. Ignore all the to-dos. I have a lot of things to do, but there's one of me, multiple to-dos. And it works good enough. You know? The fun part, though, I should say, is that because that these are generated at runtime, if you don't like the layouts or how things are organized, or if you just don't want to see these things anymore, all you need to do is just delete some of these files, then hit it with a reconstruct views, and there you go. It's beautiful. It just works. I mean, of course, I didn't change anything, but you know, I mean, that's the flow you would go through, is you mess with the XML files, then reconstruct the view. Yeah. Did find some repos on HTTP servers in Godot though. You know, web apps and hosting is a big thing. Depends on how much money you have to burn on this kind of stuff. So if you want like a really tiny web app, you would go to like DigitalOcean, buy one virtual server, which is good enough for, like, you know, if you're just onboarding new users, that's like a one-time cost per user. You only pay for information you send out, which is just going to be, you know, the code, and that's it. Ingress is free. Hold on, I'm thinking, by the way. So for here, lip sync data updated. Oh wait, signal rack. Did you use encode? I don't know. I don't usually put too many to-dos in my commit messages. I don't usually read my commit messages. The only reason I ever use the only reason I ever read commit messages is if like something's broken. I'm like, all right, whose fault is this? And of course, if it's my own code, it's my own fault. But you know, at work, it's like, all right, who broke everything? Whose fault is this? I'll send a very passive-aggressive Slack message. Prepare yourself. I think I can, yeah, I think I can do this. So we'll just add here. So this is lip sync updated. The goal though is to avoid hosting costs. Yeah, I think that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. Yeah. Actually, are there you got me thinking. Are there HTTP servers in Godot? HTTP server Godot. Git blame. I've never used git blame, but maybe I should. Git is one of those things, like, I kind of know how to do it. I've done it before. But I always need to look it up whenever I do it. I've implemented the porcelain features of Git in my own, not my own, it's the company's own CLI application, because apparently using Git was too hard for some developers. So I'm very familiar with that. Oh, that's cool. File serving, yeah, this is exactly what you would want. Interesting. How does this work? Extends scene tree? Excuse me? Oh yeah, you could just use the TCP server, huh? Ah, yeah. There you go. That's how you do it, yeah. What's a signal? Signals are events, basically. They are what other applications would call events. They're called I believe that's what they're called in C# as well. They're just events. It's the same thing. So they're asynchronous. They should just work. And it's a way to pass information around. So it's the mailbox pattern if you're familiar with software design stuff. Actually, TCP, Godot has a TCP server? It does have a TCP server, huh? Look at that. Yeah, you know what? You could, yeah. ArrowX, you could use this, yeah. This is exactly what you want. This is exactly what you want. So you can listen on a port, and then whenever you get a new connection, I guess, you would just read the URL somehow. Returns a stream thingy. And then you should get the, yeah. This should work, probably, I don't know. That seems promising though. But yeah, this is the signals are the mailbox patterns. So whenever someone sends you a message, then you can react to it without needing to poll for it. I've never heard of a mailbox pattern. Okay, so there's two big messaging patterns in big web apps or big apps. So there's pub sub, so publish subscriber. So you have 1 to many publishers, 0 to many subscribers. So when you publish on some topic, so you have like, you know, if you want to take like the example of like a magazine publisher, right? So you know, magazine publishers, they always will be creating new magazines, but who are the subscribers? I don't care, but you know, they said that they want it, so here's the magazine, right? Whereas on the mailbox pattern, you need to know who exactly you are sending your data to. So you know where they are in the application, or you know where they live, at least their mailing address. And then they need to actually check their mailbox in order to receive the data. Whereas with a publish subscribe pattern, when the publisher sends you a magazine, you could just ignore it. You don't need to actually look at it. And it'll just get dumped, I guess. I should use this instead of WebSocket shenanigans. Well, you still need to use the WebSocket stuff if you want to do the pub sub stuff for Twitch. So to do something like this. Bad for starting tangents. No, that's fine. It keeps me untilted. Going off on tangents really untilts me, so it's much appreciated. So lip sync. So this is the lip sync stuff. Boom, boom. So it's an inter-application. It's an inner application thing. So inter-application is also what you would use a pub sub for. Pub sub is just more general. I've actually turned this into a pub sub, which is kind of weird. This is not how you would use signals in Godot. But, Godot only has the mailbox pattern. But unfortunately, right, the issue is when you go to something like this. So we'll open up Paint again, unless Paint is already still open. All right, so we're going back to Paint. So because of how you need to know where everything is in a mailbox pattern, so if you have something like this, every single square knows about, well, the bigger square knows about all the squares inside of it. But what if you want to go from, this smaller red square to this green square? Red square doesn't know anything about green square, Maybe blue square knows about green square, but red square only knows about white square and blue square. And that's where the mailbox pattern kind of falls apart. This is where you would use a pub sub. So then you would have big pub sub. This is your pub sub in the middle. Everyone just talks to the pub sub talks to everybody else. So you don't need to know about anyone else in the chain. But mailbox, it's a bit more difficult. Meanwhile, I was doing WebSocket server to HTTP server. 100% going to connect to Twitch's WebSocket. No, okay. That was registered. Sounds like networking. I suppose it is. I don't know. But I wish you good luck, Arrow, in your endeavors. Onboarding new users is always kind of tough. I think you'll also want, at some point, you'll want to call this function. No, not here. Get me out of here. OpenC face. Yeah, so this part here. This part looks super gross because it is super gross. But you'll want to do like OS execute and like open, or it's not, maybe it's not OS execute. There's probably like OS like open file browser or something. Like start browser. Is there a start browser? Browser? I don't know. One of these things. So you would want to check to see like, oh, can we redirect the user to pop up the Twitch authorization thing automatically, which is something I've elected not to do for my my application, which is this thing here. Yeah. This thing though, which is Godot HTTPD, you would not want to use this, by the way. Because this is extending scene tree. So if you run this in your application, you're gonna run some really weird behavior. You'll just want the TCP server in its own like node. Yeah. So I think this is meant to be just like a standalone application, which is kind of weird, but I suppose. I suppose that'll work. I don't know why you would want to use Godot like that, but you know, I also use Godot for things like this and for things like this, so I guess it's okay. Sorry, that's the COVID. Which was phrased like a joke, but might not actually be a joke. There's a water. GD HTTP server, yeah, I can see it here on this monitor. One of these. Stream peer TCP, so they must be doing, oh, yeah, possibly. This looks very complicated. Percent formatting with lists. Oh yeah, the percent formatting with list thing, that's just how you do string formatting. It's very Python style string formatting, which I appreciate. I don't really like the Rust or C# style string formatting options. I don't know why. Maybe I'm weird. What do I know? I gotta figure out how they work. I gotta figure out. Oh, this one actually looks pretty good. Probably. I don't really know how it's supposed to start though, but I guess you would just yeah, there's listen, and then it does server. What is server? Yeah, okay, yeah. I think you could just use this then, yeah? This might be even better. And then this, it looks like it, I mean, it's very complicated, but maybe it just does everything for you. So you have like a set responder thing. Yeah, could be. Could be. Anyways, going back to this. Lip sync manager. Lip sync data update. So we don't need to print stuff out anymore. What we're going to do is hit it with a signal broadcaster. Actually, that's wrong. App manager. SB. Then we'll do broadcast lip sync updated, and then we'll just pass the data along like that. Yeah, so the reason why I don't just call emit signal directly, because you can do that, is because when you do emit signal, you're doing everything like via strings, which is kind of gross. So wrapping the signal inside of a broadcast function allows me to get code completion, which is nice. About the TCPs, there's more classes I'm used to seeing. Yeah, there's a ton of classes. I think that's the nice thing about Godot though, right? It's really simple. It's really, really simple. If you don't want to deal with all the complexity, it can be really simple. But if you want to start touching the lower level stuff, or even like move over to a different language like I have, and just hook in just random stuff, you can totally do that. You know, there's not too many engines that let you do that. So like Unity is kind of C# only, unless you want to, you know, I don't know, it's not really great for that. But of course it is C#. C# isn't too bad anyways. And they have some really good tools as well for that. Like the Unity's burst compiler is pretty good. Pretty fast. You know, Unreal is C++. It's Unreal style C++, which is lots of defines, which scares me. But because it's C++, then anything that's bound to it should just work as well. But, you know, it's hard to beat Python, in my opinion. GDScript isn't Python, but it's close enough. All programming languages are pretty much the same to me, besides C++. Anything that is manual memory management, it's tough. Which is why, like, some of the Rust stuff you're looking at is also kind of messy, because I'm not used to doing that. Rust is manual, well, it's semi-manual memory management. These every just gotta learn the languages. Thought Unity could use C++ as well. I don't think so. So Unity is written in C++, and I think you can bind C++ libraries via C#, but it's kind of awkward. Actually, for most things, you can bind C++ libraries, right? Like, even like for regular Python stuff, like this Python thing here, OpenCFace, it's just using a bunch of C++ libraries that are bound to Python. But, you know, it's like the integration is the sticking point for a lot of things. So in Godot's place, like, the integration is almost completely seamless, right? So you can see here, like, I've bound Rust code to lip sync here, and then I'm calling it like regular GDScript code, which is neat. Whereas if you're working with like a C++, a C++, FFI, you know, you need to do some weird DLL loading at runtime, and then you need to, you know, if you don't want it to be super gross, and then you need to wrap it in another class to make it nice to use. C++ to make C++? You could. I mean, people have done strange stuff. I don't know. Like, I think people have, like, they've written actual programs that do, like, it's not written in C++. I believe the actual program was just written in CMake, which is the build system, one of the build systems for C++, which is hilarious. So, you know, it's not hard. I mean, it is hard, but it's not impossible, shall we say. Wouldn't worry about specifics of programming languages too much. They're all the same. At the end of the day, anything that's like C#, Java, anything that's like that complexity or easier, they're all kind of the same language. That might be a hot take. Also, I'm struggling with typing right now. I don't know why. Blame my keyboard. Lua versus JavaScript. Yeah, they're like the same. Actually, Lua, stinky. Anything that starts indexing at 1, I'm biased against. So MATLAB, that's gross. R also starts indexing at 1, also very gross. JavaScript isn't too bad, you know. It's a bit weird. I think JavaScript, you know, GDScript is actually, I say it's like somewhat close to JavaScript actually, in terms of how it runs at runtime, right? So if you mess something up in GDScript, right, your program won't crash. Instead, it'll just kind of ignore it and try to keep running. JavaScript does a bit more, where JavaScript tries to figure out what you meant, but GDScript, it'll just ignore the rest of the function block, but it won't crash. Which is actually, it's caused me a few problems before in this application, where I think in VRM model, there are a few places where, like, I think I was expecting other data. Like, I was passing in, like, just like floats or whatever, instead of a dictionary, but it was still working for some reason. And I was like, wait a minute. We shouldn't be mapping I expressions using floats, but it's kind of working, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it was this function, but yeah, because I didn't write this function. This is from our contributor. So on lip sync updated, what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Does this do anything? This is blend shape, blend shape. Yeah, no, this is all good. Signal broadcaster, also fine. Let's see. Lip sync manager. What did I set the enums to? I don't remember. So real-time lip sync, GD. Then we go to, was it lip sync? Was it you? How did I do the mapping again? It wasn't it was model. Okay. Let's see. Aren't these enums? Data points. Then I do a lot of operator overloading. Yeah, remember doing this. There's your vowel estimate. Oh, why is the vowel an integer? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Huh? Who wrote this? All right. I might need to redo this. Create job. That's okay. Is it here? So current vowel is get vowel as slice, blah, blah. So what does get vowel give me? This gives me a new vowel estimate. What is a vowel estimate? Vowel estimate is probably imported. Vowel estimate? Where is this defined? Oh, it's here. So this is a vowel estimate. That's what I was looking at. I knew that. Vowel estimates. So this is, we have the estimate. What? We want the second one, the vowel. So how do we calculate this? This is estimate vowel using data. I actually still don't really know what these map to. So how did they do it in their Godot implementation, which is what I'm basing a lot of this off of. So draw vowel. Okay, so we want to look at draw vowel, which is what they're doing. Okay. That's a bit tough because I don't actually follow their implementation one-to-one. But for whatever reason, they're doing it. So they're using vowel is an enum, but then they're also just using the integer that they calculated. Eh? How? So when we're doing our vowel estimation, we get the peaks. Yep. And so we're looking for either 3 peaks or 4 peaks. Doesn't matter. Push the peaks. But then what are these values? Ooh. And then the min index. What does this map to? So this shouldn't matter. They do have an enum for vowel, and then their enums are I did it in standard English order. That might be incorrect. Now I'm thinking about it. It might be more correct to do this in Ooh, oh. No. Does the order matter? How is this calculated? Like, it's like this part here that kind of blows my mind. What is this doing? Like, we can push peaks. That's okay. Push peaks, and then we also look at the peaks log, but I don't think we're doing anything with that just yet. Peaks average. And then this looks at the peaks log as well. Let's think. I don't really know what this is giving me though. This gives me a vector of data points. Distance vowel. Eh? How do I map these back to... That's all I want, is how do I map these back to just regular vowels? So the update frame is 5, I know that. That's hard-coded. Distance, if distance is less than minimum distance. I think I'll just follow whatever they're doing. But wait, doesn't that mean that I'll never be able to, it'll never be able to, oh. Alright. Alright, let's do this. We'll just copy them. Data vowel. So you'll have, it'll be a number, right? So there's 0, which will be roughly equivalent to A. Yeah, I guess they did it in a way that was, I guess just matches some sort of heuristic. I have no idea though. I don't know too much about vowel estimation. So we'll just copy for now. And then we'll see if it's accurate enough. I think another thing that I'll need to do is, because it wiggles from side to side so often, and then also, apart from just the wiggling, right? There's also wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Vowel A-I U-E-O. A-I-U-E-O. A-I-U-E-O. Okay, that's good. What was I talking about? Oh, because it wiggles from side to side, and I also need to take into account the, I guess, like the amounts, which I have defined here as being, I guess, like the confidence that we have in the estimation. Yeah, so there's the vowel, there's the estimate, and then the, estimate. Eh? Ooh. Maybe I'm crazy. So the amount actually has a real value on it. What does the estimate do? The estimate always seems to be -1 though. Yeah, I'm thinking that I'll need to build in a few things. One is some way to remap this model here. So it'll be similar to how I plan to do like expression baking for the VRM models, right? So you would, instead of doing like VRM model, this is my expression, this is my happy expression. Hold that for like a second, and then the application will bake that into memory. Instead, this one will be like, all right, make an ah sound. Ah is an apple. Ah, I guess. I don't know how you would bake that. That'd be kind of hard, wouldn't it? E, U, I, We'll think about it. This will be good enough for now, though. And it'll also needs to be based off of the amount field. Yeah. Let's give it another try. See if it's a little different. So if we talk like this, blah, 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 we're not printing anything out, which is tough. All right, let's undo this. Send me back to Lip Sync Manager. Start printing this out again so we can just at least check really quickly. Hello, hello, hello. If I don't say anything, seems to still give me values, but hard to say. It's hard to say. I wonder if there's a way for me to, maybe we won't even, like I'll need to do like a decibel reading or like a loudness reading on the inputs, so we just don't like always pass in garbage. I don't know. Is there a way to get like a loudness, how loud something is, based off an audio stream sample? So this mixed rate stereo, no. Loop mode, no. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to do that. Maybe there is. So Godot, get audio stream sample volume, I guess. Sample player volume. How to get the volume? Probably not what you want. How do you fade in, out an audio stream? Possibly. Oh, absolutely not. Okay. Audio spectrum analyzer? Huh. This might be useful. So we have an audio effect spectrum analyzer instance. Get magnitude for frequency range. All right, just a fantastic piece of documentation. All right. Get the current volume, and then I can modify the bus. Okay, so here's what we are going to do. So we can add another audio bus. Ugh. I don't think I need to add another audio bus. I think I just need to have a spectrum analyzer, and then this will, I don't know. Oh, yeah, no, this is exactly what I want, right? Yeah. Yeah. So I think this just works on the current bus. So we want to be listening on our record bus for Lip Sync Manager. So we'll need to have, this is not just effect, this is the record. We'll call it record. Rename it like this so then everything breaks so it's easier to find later. There we go. All right. So there's the record bus name, right? So then there's the record, and then there's the audio. Or I guess we'll call this like volume. Maybe not. We'll call this, what is this? Spectrum? Spec volume. Audio effect. What is it called? Spectrum analyzer. Ooh. What is the difference? Eh? What is this? This is an audio effect. Oh, are these different things? Is an audio effect record different from an audio effect record? Huh? What's the difference? Why is this one an instance? Audio effect instance. Yeah. Ooh. Audio effects. Ooh. What? What am I looking at? All right. Godot. Audio effect record. Yeah. So we look here. Yeah. Audio effect. And then audio effects spectrum analyzer. I don't think we want the instance. FFT size? Eh. Spectrum analyzer. Audio effect that can be used for real-time audio visualization. Oh no, we don't want real-time audio visualization. Fast Fourier transform. Don't really know what that means, but I did use it a few times. I don't know. Audio effect spectrum. Am I crazy? Why are these different? So this is a resource, whereas this is just a reference. Oh, man, that is weird. Yeah, these give you back like different things. So you don't want to use the instance of audio effect record because that doesn't actually exist. How bizarre. Yeah. Okay. But this is the volume, so spec volume is equal to audio server get bus effect. Oh, this is get bus effect instance. Oh, and then this is bus index. Probably 1, right? We just kind of have to hope that it's the correct one. My favorite. Right? And then before we even send anything in, yeah, I guess before we even send a new job to be run to the Rust code, we can just check the volume. Yeah. Or we can get like the average volume for a given frequency range. What would the volume give you? So this is audio effect spectrum analyzer. Well, audio effect spectrum analyzer instance is totally different. It's a vector 2 though. It's a vector 2. And I think we want to use the magnitude average, right? In order to determine how loud you're being. Okay, so so before we do any of this stuff, we need to check, right? So spec volume, we'll do like a get magnitude for frequency range. Let's just assume 0 to 10,000. Anything higher is not really worth worrying about. Magnitude. Audio effects spectrum analyzer instance. Magnitude. We want to do the average for frequency range. What does this mean, using the average value? For frequency range, use the maximum value as magnitude. Magnitude Assuming you just want the volume and not worry about limiting to a specific frequency range as your parameters, gives you a vector 2, I believe, for each channel, though it's not documented, which you can convert to amplitude using the length. Yeah, it's a vector. It's a vector 2. So like var volume, but like, what do you mean? Is it like volume at this point in time, or what? Is it volume at this point in this specific point in time? I don't know. Let's just start printing stuff out and see what happens. Let's see. So we'll run it. Took a little bit to load. A bit concerning. Hello, 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 hello. Just printing too many things out. Let's stop printing here so I can see. Let's just see if I can get the volume to be correct, or even like figure out what I'm doing with the volume here. So if I talk, I'm talking. I don't know. I can't. It's hard to tell if this value is changing or not. I'm looking at the third place. Okay, so third place. Okay, I think this is usable. So we'll just have to query the volume states every time you want to do anything at all, really. So let's do this. So we reset the buffer, stop recording, and then we'll start doing some fun stuff, right? What if we set this to max, what happens? So this is the max volume. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. This is me talking into the mic. And then there are some sort of amplitude values being displayed in the console. I don't really know what's going on with the thread object either, but I'm pretty sure it's because of me stopping and starting the record function. I feel like that's a bug, but this is way harder for me to read than this output down here in the integrated console. But anyways, I don't think that this is what I want. I think what I want is magnitude average. Then we'll get the length. Yeah. Call that pretty good. Yeah. So based off of the volume, or I guess the average volume, I suppose. So let's close this, reload it. Start talking to the mic once again. So the average volume is always going to be pretty low. But when you start talking into the mic, it looks like it peaks over 0.003, at least for me. And then I of course, this is configurable as well. So if you need it to be a bit more sensitive, then you definitely can make it more sensitive. Even like 0.0025 looks like it would be, it looks promising, shall we say. Yeah, okay, so let's do that. So if volume is greater than 0.025, so this is going to be a magic number. Or actually, if it's less than this, then we should just bail out, right? And then just make sure that we're actually bailing out appropriately. Actually, yeah, let's not bail out. We can just do this. Everyone loves super ultra nested if statements. All right. Look at that. Hello, hello, hello? Hello, is this working? Maybe not. No, I think I broke something. Get recording. Hey. Said not correct. Or no, we want to start printing out data like that. And then we should see that it's working, right? That it's not always sending the job. Hello, hello, hello? Yeah, see it like that, yeah. It's beautiful. Look at that. So we only get some data being printed whenever I talk. And then there's kind of like, you know, there's some echoes or whatever, some ghosts in the shell. Someone's talking in the computer, but then they... That's actually not true, but it's probably just like the ambient noise. Because I do have a brown noise machine just running in the background. So it's probably picking up part of that. And because of, it's like some of the MFCC operations that are going on. So MFCC is what you would use if you don't want to use AI to do lip syncing. So MFC transforms, I believe what that does is it lowers high frequency noise and it increases low frequency noise, because if you want to estimate, you know, what vowel someone is saying, you'll want to base it off of the low frequency noise instead. Yeah, okay. So this is sick. This is sick. And by sick, I mean it's pretty cool. It's also like extraordinarily intensive. So I think there's definitely ways of optimizing this. I just don't know what they are. I wonder what's happening. If you record and then stop recording. Godot audio effect record thread. Godot audio effect record thread. Yeah. Using multiple threads. None of this looks especially promising. There's like recording with microphone. Recording with microphone. Audio stream record. Yeah, this is what I have. Nope. No, all of this is pretty useless. That's all right. For this, let's just do it like, to make this like really easy, right? We'll have to have another variable to track which mouth shape we should be currently using. Okay. So and then this is the mouth tracking part, right? So mouth tracking for something in value morphs. Okay, I got it. So VRM model. Let's see. This is the mouth tracking stuff. So current mouth shape. So that's going to be some sort of expression data as well, but it's going to be a reference to some sort of expression data, right? So we'll default to A. Oh, hello. Were you the guy who had a low poly duck on the bottom right-hand corner? Yep, that is me. And it is actually still me. I have multiple skin suits. Worry not. Your skin suit will make a fine addition to my collection. But yes. How are you doing, Delta Vtuber? I'm assuming that you are here for the Vtuber stuff. What I'm doing right now, I recognize you now, I can remember your name. Oh, baby. If you can remember my name, then you'll also remember my real name, since because my username is a pun. What I'm working on right now, and also why I was not using my duck avatar, I was using one of these slightly more realistic thingies, is I'm working on real-time lip syncing. So that's what I'm trying to implement right now. It's a bit tough since I don't know anything about lip syncing, but I do have some reference code, and I have written a bunch of stuff just in Rust. Look at that. Oh, baby. Low-level code. You know. It's tough. As someone who doesn't usually write too much low-level code. More of a Python guy myself, but Rust, that's tough. Got it working now. Right here, want to do, let's see, current mouth shape is equal to A, sure. Current mouth shape equal to I. Yeah, so this is what we're doing. So based off of the shape of whatever the vowel was estimated to be, we'll change the mouth shape to that letter. I think that makes sense. And then we'll just need to do this. Map, is it eye expressions? No, it's mouth expressions. Scan mapped bones, probably not. Map eye expressions. This one. So current mouth shape, we'll default the current mouth shape to A because that's what I've been using. And then here, then we'll do current mouth shape morphs. Now I'll need to turn off tracking for this. So we'll just turn this off. Where is it? Oh geez, I broke it. Anyways, say goodbye. I found a bug. Of which there are a few. I'm not going to say many, but there are a few. Okay, so this is the most recent version. As you can see, we have toasts. How nice. We can start tracker, that's fine. No lip sync just yet. Press spacebar to resend to the model if it's not looking correct. Exclamation mark. Look at that. Now, let's load in this one. Looking good. Okay. So we're talking. Talking. No lip sync just yet. Now, hit it with one of these. We talk like this. Oh, yeah? Oh, geez. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's kind of working, though. It's kind of working. At least the mouth shape kind of gets kind of freaky sometimes. It's not truly tracking my... Oh. It's not truly tracking my mouth. It's also kind of freaking me out. Oh god, what was that? Ooh. What is this? Her mouth went vertical. Yeah, that's pretty weird. I don't like that. Now I can't open my mouth at all. All right, so it's kind of borked, that's cool. The joys of programming. All right. So which thing is it borked on? What is my current mouth shape? Current mouth shape is... Current mouth shape is... Doesn't have a name. Okay. That's good. Have no idea. Let's kill it. Oh, and because I killed it like that, then it's broken. Okay. So go to memory, facetracker.exe, kill that. All right. We can just turn this back on. All right. Start tracker. We're a duck again. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good, I think. Now we just need to reset all the blend shapes. Okay. Yeah, so we'll hit it with a modify blend shape for whatever the current mouth shape is. Yes. No. Hold on. Var last shape is equal to current mouth shape, right? And so if current mouse shape does not equal last shape, then we'll do modify blend shape. So we want to reset, or we basically want to undo everything that happened here. So do one of these. Basically reset the mouth position so we don't get into that weird weird situation where the mouth was making like a I guess it was like a horizontal mouth as opposed to a vertical mouth. Sounds kind of lewd. So modify blend shape. I think I want to set this to 0. Yeah, pretty sure 0 is just the correct one. So we just want to undo it if it's not correct. All right, so we'll do for X, by the way, and change all of these to be for X. Otherwise, we're shadowing values, and Godot doesn't like it when you shadow values. All right, so that's fine. It also gets rid of some of the yellow, which is nice. Yeah, because the I is just like the name of the of the blend shape, right? For the mouth. Where I is the E sound, and then the E blend shape is the eh sound. I believe. I think it's mostly phonetic like that. Unlike English, which is whatever you want, really. Oh, hello, Green Coder. How are you doing today? Check this out. Actually, don't check it out just yet, but soon. I am implementing real-time lip syncing. So this should be pretty sick. Should be pretty sick. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. Were you the one that lived in Taiwan? With the 生日快乐? One of those. Very, very strong American accent as well. Actually, no, it's not technically Chinese New Year, but it's New Year anyways. Oh, 生日, I said happy birthday. Oh, I wasn't thinking. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I mean, it could be your birthday still, but you know, it's all the same thing. It's my birthday. Well, yeah. Now it's weird. Now it's weird. 新年快乐，恭喜发财. Use a library for the extraction of the vowels. So check this out. I have ported using two references. So Godot audio processing. This one's technically not open source, but I do have their permission to use it. Because I pinged them on Discord. And then I'm also basing it off of ulipsync, which is a Unity implementation. And then everything else is not real time, which is kind of tough. But everything is just written in Rust. And then I hooked it into Godot using GD Native. So here's the job. How interesting. Yeah. And so this is the algorithm. Does some RMS stuff. I forget what that stands for. It's like something root means square, a little bit of hamming, a little bit of reverse Oh no, is it real fast Fourier transform or is it reverse fast Fourier transform? I don't really know. I don't really understand the equation either, but it seems to work. Yeah. I mean, it's free and open source, right? Under VSS project, not under my name. Because that's supposed to be the, I guess, the successor project to OpenCPageGD. If only because I can then start working on, you know, other stuff. or other tracking backends as opposed to OpenCFace, which is the only tracking backend right now. But someone has done an iFacial mocap tracking backend, so it didn't make sense to add it to OpenCPageGD because OpenCFace is the tracking backend. So VSS is the next one, but that's for after 1.0.0. Yeah, so it kind of works, I guess. I think I need to do something like this. Hold on. So for X in current mouse shape. So we're just going to do this. I don't know. Just hit it with a 0.5. Take that and see how it feels. Run this. I need to turn off my current face tracker as well, so stop the tracker, kill this, start this tracker. It doesn't really do anything if we start it, but we go to Alicia Solid VRM. Look at that. We're talking. Looks pretty good. Turn on lip syncing. I see. I see. Forgot this one part. And then just hard crash. That's good. It works though. I swear it works. Give me one more chance, coach. Start the tracker. We start tracking, and we also have toasts. Look at that. And the toasts also wait their turn to display as well, which I'm, I guess, unreasonably proud of. All right, look at that. We start tracking, and then you can see that we are, I don't know. I suppose like once you stop making noise, you should, I don't know. Maybe just immediately close the mouth. I don't know. Doesn't appear. Maybe I should change this value to be like 1. So just, you know, mouth completely open. Where am I? Did it crash? It did crash. Dang it. I always forget though, because I'm running so many threads all at the same time, I need to be careful about changing things at runtime. Okay, once more with feeling. Start the tracker, load Alicia, start lip syncing as well. Look at that, so we can talk, and then it should be okay, except it's, I need some sort of, I guess, like delay period in between switching mouth shapes. Yeah, this is because I can see it's like oscillating between all the different mouth shapes really, really quickly. Like but it seems to, I don't know, like I can see O, E. This is the I, technically the E sound blend shape. Yeah, okay. E is pretty easy to get. I think that's ah. This is E. O. Ooh, that's ooh. I don't know. should work as well, right? I should be able to just slide these in and out. Oh, this is me talking. I'm talking, and hopefully we should be getting some different blend shapes. No, I feel like this one's mouth is I don't know. I need some sort of smoothing. I need to think about smoothing out the stuff. I'm not really sure how to do that though. So like maybe if the current blend shape or the current shape that we matched against, if you hit it like you know, 3 times in the last 5 times, like if three of the last 5 shapes that we changed to are the same, then we should actually switch to that one. Otherwise, just to kind of ignore it. Technically, what you need is not recognizing the phonemes discretely. You want to get the shape of the mouth continuously. Yeah, so the problem with that is that the face tracker isn't actually fast enough to do that. So that's not really something I have control over, unfortunately, because I didn't write the face tracker. Like it is, you know, check this out. Getting the shape of my mouth continuously, but it's just not fast enough for human speech. I mean, from the sound? What do you mean from the sound? So it is getting the phonemes. I guess I don't really understand what you mean from like the sound. So all the sound is just bytes, right? So what am I supposed to do with, how do I get shapes continuously from just bytes? I mean, this is how you do it, right? I mean, if the sound is ah, then we might infer the shape of the mouth from that. Well, yeah, I mean, that is what I'm doing, right? That is, like, what kind of program would give you, you know, that's exactly what I'm writing, right? Is a program to see, like, oh, are you going ah, right? Because the data comes to me as just raw numbers, right? This is what I'm matching against, by the way. So Godot doesn't give me like, oh, is this an A or is this an E sound? It just gives me like, this is a number from -1 to 1. The vowels you have are discrete symbols. This is true because I'm converting them to discrete symbols. I think, yeah, I still don't see how I would use that. That is what I'm using, right? That is what I'm doing, is I'm modifying the blend shape based off of the vowel that comes back. And then what I can do is I can have, because of course I'm still working on it. I just implemented this part. So if you're suggesting I should be looking for, you know, for like the last, you know, as I would say, like the last 3 out of 5 changes, if the last 3 out of the 5 were like the same, then we should use that one. Then yes. If the last 3 out of the 5 are the same, then we can switch to a new one. Yeah, or maybe not last 3 out of 5, but like maybe like last 2 out of 3. No. No. Last 3 out of 5, I think. Apologies. Yeah, the vowels I have are discrete, but that's only because that I've already done the math, and then I need to do some smoothing after that. So the question was like, how would you do smoothing? And I think this is how you do it, right? Is you just have an array. So this is like last vowels, I suppose, some sort of array. And then instead of just immediately switching to the next mouth shape, what we'll want to do is basically just push and pop. Well, we need like a double-sided whatchamacallit. Oh, okay. We need a loop ring? Is that what it's called? Whatever those things are. I know in Rust they're called vecdqs. Let's see. So I think here what we can do is we'll do last vowels. We'll just push back. Push back, push front, doesn't really matter. We'll push front. It is technically slower, but we're only going to keep 5 at a time anyways. Keep in mind that I have no experience in lip sync. Yeah, I figured. From the getting the discrete vowels back comments. Yeah, like everything you need to keep in mind, like everything is numbers. So like, I'm also kind of figuring this out as well. But the fact that I even get like discrete letters back is because I've already converted it. I think, maybe, possibly. I'm not sure. I think it's correct, but it's possible I'm converting them to the wrong phonemes. So it's hard to say. It would be a lot easier if I had some way of, you know, going into the program and then saying like, okay, this is, you know, calibrates, you know, A, and then you just need to make the ah, and then I would use the average of whatever you just shouted into your microphone, right, as the new ah thing that I match against, and then that's a lot easier for me to check. But, you know, going back to this, right, and by this I mean this is like how there's not, I couldn't find anything except for this one. Only one project actually had phonemes that are already like pre-set up for me to look at. So, and then I think if this makes sense to you, then you are a genius, you know? These are just numbers to me. I mean, these don't make any sense to me, but I trust that they are close enough, right? Throwing the sound to the mouse shape directly without using vowels? What does that mean though? I don't understand. I only have numbers. So given a number, or are you saying that like well, we use vowels when we speak, so it's a bad idea? I suppose I still don't really understand. So the only blend shapes I have access to, I think that might be part of the disconnect, right? So the only blend shapes I have access to are the vowels. I only have access to vowels anyways. Right, because how would you make a mouth shape for like the t sound? You know? Like what does the t look like? What does a b sound look like? You know? At least when you do like vowel shapes, you know, a, i, u, e, o, those are pretty distinctive. You don't need to worry about the consonants. So I guess does that answer it? Yeah, I'm assuming other models have more blend shapes for the mouth, but the VRM standard, which is this is the reference model. The VRM standard only defines A, I, U, E, O, and then the reference implementation does the shapes in this order specifically. So where each of these numbers is mapped to one of the mouth shapes. Yeah, but I'm assuming, like, I feel like I've seen other models where they had like you know, if you wanted like a z, so they would like push the tongue to the front of the mouth for like a z, as opposed to just an e with no tongue. That's the order of the Japanese alphabet. Is it? Oh, you know what? That is true. Yeah. You know what? That is very true. Hold on. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I've never, I didn't think about it, but that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I don't think I would have I don't think I would have realized that unless you said that. Much appreciated. That makes sense. That makes sense. Anyways, that's the order that they do there's whatever's in. Yeah, so we're going to keep 5 vowels in our history. So if last vowel's size is greater than, you know what? We'll push back because that's faster in every single circumstance, right? Then if last vowel's size is greater than vowel history, because we only care about the last 5, then last vowels pop fronts, and then we just discard it. Actually, this still doesn't really help me. Because what I'm trying to do is doing vowel smoothing. So then how do I check to see which is the most common vowel? Without iterating. Obviously what you could do is you iterate through the entire array and then just check for them. But actually, you know what? This is asynchronous, so it doesn't really matter, huh? It's asynchronous. And then we only need to change the mouse shape occasionally. Because I only get lip sync data when it passes a certain volume threshold as well. Because I'm checking for the volume. I could also check for the confidence interval as well, but for whatever reason, my confidence interval is always about at 80%. So I think I'm doing it incorrectly. So instead, I'm just doing it based off of your mic input volume. Yeah, so I guess I could just check like this, right? So we do for, X in last vowels. I'm not using I, as most people are wont to do. Mostly because I have a blend shape just called I, so I don't want to shadow it. I'm still thinking. I could just create 5 different variables for each vowel. I don't want to though. I feel like that would be really bad. I might do that though, because I'm kind of floundering. Could create a new dictionary. Could just create a dictionary. Yeah, I could do this, right? So let's do var. For now, we'll do this, and then we can just zero out the thing later, vowel count. Because I cannot think of anything, so we'll just start typing, and then hopefully a better idea will come to me at some point. So this will be a what a great implementation. All right, cool. So then we'll just match like they were doing, or not like they were doing, like I was doing. So match X. And so this thing is always going to be a number, so we can just assume that that's correct as well. So vowel count. A plus equals 1. I'm going to use the shorthand as well. It's a bit weird. I'm not a fan of using this shorthand, but because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get rid of this, like after I get it working, I don't mind using the shorthand. All right. So then, let me think. Then I need to check to see if it's greater than 3. I need to check to see if any of them are greater than 3. So if this is so gross. Whereas greater than or equal to 3. All right, I hate this. I hate this. So what are we doing? Actually, we should do it in this order, right? Boom. Bar last shape, and then if vowel count A is greater than or equal to 3, then our current mouse shape should be equal to A. Then we'll hit it with an elif. Vowel counts I, same deal. Yeah, it's horrible, but it'll work. So, and then O. All right, I'm starting to get really mixed up now. It's that because I have 2 sets of arrow keys on my keyboard, all on different layers, of course, as well as 3 sets of just numbers. Because I don't actually have a number row, so I have like the number row on layer 1, and then I have like a phone dial style number row on layer 2, and then I have just a numpad style number thing on layer 3. So I'm starting to get really twisted. Boom, boom. I think this will work though. So let's stop this tracker. Run this. Start this tracker. It feels pretty slow. And then load this in. How does this sound? Is it looking alright? No, it's making like an E sound. But because it's not able to come to like a consensus. Maybe I should go to like a... Like maybe if like none of them are over a certain value amount. Maybe if none of them are over a certain value amount. Or maybe it should just be like last 2 out of 3. Instead of like 3 out of 5. But either way, if we're able to even trigger a lip sync thingy, it should try to jump your current mouse shape up to like the max value because you're currently talking. Yeah, something like that. Stop the tracker. Kill this. All right. So we can do this. So current this thing. Yeah, so no matter what, we are going to make your mouth fully open if you pass the volume threshold. I think for this one, we're going to do vowel history needs to change to, okay, 3. This needs to change to, all right, const min vowel change. All right. Just so it's easier to configure. All right. Here we go. Here we go. So start the tracker. Bring me to Alicia. So it defaults to so you can see that it's not really doing anything because it's also not running anything on the lip sync stuff. But then we go here. It's kind of freaking me out. Definitely kind of freaking me out. Oh, I hate this. Look at that jitter. Look at that jitter. Look at that jitter. Man, that is so weird. It's like I'll say something. I'll say something. I'm looking at the numbers here, right? I'll say something. Like no, what's going on actually? This doesn't make any sense. So this shouldn't be firing that often. What is going on? So I think this is correct, but it's just doing it too often for some reason. So I think I need to probably decrease this. So this also needs to go, right? This is a magic number. This needs to be moved to the this volume here, and then these constants also need to be moved to the config. So to do move to config, and then also this one. So that's like two sensitivity options. So one is just for like raw microphone input. Then these two are for like smoothing. So we can kind of jack this up to like 0028. Then I guess that's okay. I don't know. Let's see if it works. Start the tracker. Load in Alicia. Yeah, that's it. The mouth is kind of freaking me out. The mouth is kind of freaking me out. Yeah, it is weird. Like I'm not making any noise. Like you can hear exactly what I'm saying from my microphone. Maybe I just need to bump it up to 3, I guess. Because it is using the magnitude average of whatever I'm, sending in. So volume, right? That's tough. This is one of the things I just need to play with, and then we'll figure out a good value for it. And then once you make it, or once I make it, right? Once I make it configurable, then it's just up to the user to figure out a good preset. Whatever works for, I don't know, your volume. So yeah, like now I'm not able to really trigger it immediately anymore. Now you can't, like if you whisper into the mic, it's not going to do anything. Well, actually, I guess if you're whispering into the mic, it doesn't matter. Because if you're whispering into the mic, then it'll just pick up like your mouth shape from just regular face tracking. Right? Like I can still do this. which is that like that's my real mouth opening and closing. Ooh. Ooh. That's an eh. That's an eh. Eh. Ooh. I don't really know. It's kind of hard to tell because it does need to. Well, at least it's not like rapidly oscillating to and from, right? Although I'm wondering what is causing these things, right? A thread object. Oh geez. P index 3851 is out of bounds. Something broke. That's not good. Is there a way for me to check to see what that was? RLS also shouldn't be running for whatever reason. Actually, is Rust? Yeah. Rust language server should not have been running here. That's strange. That's tough though. That's tough. Like, because it's so close. I'm so close to getting something that works. It just feels like whatever I'm... Is there... Okay, maybe I can just bypass Godot. I don't want to bypass Godot, but I might have to. Because I feel like whatever Godot is doing is just not working. Or it... Because I've seen that error before, right? Where it just kind of broke, and I don't know why. Rust audio recording. Sure. Sound IO, and there's also wavy audio recording playback crate. What do you got? Sound IO. Sound IO RS crate is a wrapper for libsound IO. Sure. I don't know what this does. What does the repo do? Last updated in 2020. Cross-platform audio input and output. Oh, you know what? I think I've looked at this before. But I don't know how you would do... I don't know how you would do, like, audio recording. Because you need to get, like, the microphone. That's probably the hardest part, right? What is wavy? Cross-platform real-time audio recording and playback. This looks promising, I think. 49 stars, oh baby. 2021, that's so last year. Windows after Mac. All right, so this doesn't actually work. Okay. Even though they're already up to version 9 on the minor versions. I guess they'll go to version 10 as well. Who needs a major release? I want to have a major release though. That's tough, because I don't know why Godot just kind of breaks sometimes, right? Like, what the heck is index P index 3851 is out of bounds, size 0. Like, I've seen this before. I'm pretty sure it's because of the recording stuff, but like I'm not doing anything with that. How do I find the editor crash stuff? Or actually, I can do this. I can just look it up here. Project Godot. Don't need that. I'll look at the logs. These app data roaming. Godot app user data. CPHGD. Oh, hello, Bumdy. Hello. How are you doing today? Oh, good. You come just in time to see me flounder and fail, as per the usual. But check this out. Look at this. This, pretty cool, but that's not the impressive part. The impressive part is, hold on. I need to turn this camera off. Turn this camera on. Load in a model that can actually lip sync. Look at this. And look, we're starting to do some weird lip syncing stuff. Kind of. Oh no. Now it's too insensitive. Well, look at that. It's kind of working. But there is like a pretty high bar you need to pass in terms of volume threshold. But it's like, if the volume threshold is too low, then the mouth will just kind of like just spam like open and closing constantly, even though you're not talking, because there's always kind of some ambient noise that it picks up. But if it's too high like this, then it doesn't appear to really work anymore. But at least we're able to get other mouth shapes. What happens when you remove the threshold? Well, if you remove the threshold, then you'll always just get, we'll just have like a constant stream of data. Because like, you know, one of the, well, we'll have a constant stream of data, and then also like the confidence value is almost always like greater than 80%, which doesn't help. So, hard to say. Yeah, because one of the things, right, for the lip sync stuff is so it can track your mouth a bit more accurately. But for some reason, it doesn't really work like that. I don't know why. Yeah, let's close this before it like breaks everything. You know, only when you talk and make sensible lip sound. I have no way of knowing what a sensible lip sound sounds like. Yeah, you know, if you can define that for me like mathematically, that would be really cool. But you know, I mean, for reference, this is what I'm comparing against. So like, if you can give me what a sensible sound will look like in comparison to these data points, then yeah, then I can yeah, for sure do that. Doesn't the engine do that? No, I wrote it. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So like, it does do that, but like these are the most sensible data points, and then we just kind of try to compare the best we can. But for some reason, like pretty much everything is always like 80% accurate. So I think part of it must be whatever these baked in values are. They're probably, I don't know. Like the person who wrote this originally was Japanese, so they probably used their own pronunciation thingies. Whereas, I don't know. I mean, they are just basic vowel sounds, so it shouldn't make too much of a difference. How about you record those sounds? That's a big feature that's a big feature. Now, I'm planning on doing it, like baking in your own like estimation values for sure. But, you know, it's hard. It's hard. Right, I know what I would want to do, right? It's like, you know, calibrates, you know, lip sync. So then like make the ah sound, make an e sound, e, or make an I sound. So the I sound would be e. Make an e sound, which is an eh. Make an oo sound, oo. Make an o sound, o. Right. And then I would take those as my actual data points. But you know, it's hard, right? Because I need to build in something to do that. And then like, as you can see here, there's not really anything to allow me to do that. Such is the pain of writing something from scratch. But we're getting there. We're getting there. It just needs a lot more tweaking, right? Needs a lot more tweaking for, you know, something that looks okay. Actually, you know what? Was I doing this wrong? No. Yeah, like this is okay. Sound data is harsh. Sound data is, I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it. Like I'm using someone else's reference or someone else's stuff as a reference, and I'm still struggling, right? Like even this part here, which is just ridiculous. So like I wrote my own version of this in Rust, but it wasn't completely correct. So now I have to use their GD script implementation, which is slow. Probably not where the bottleneck is coming from. I'm pretty sure the bottleneck is coming from this part here. Not this part, but actually it might be this part. Lip sync. Like it's like the recording. So like setting up this audio bus to record is really slow. And then I'm assuming also like polling to see if we're ready for new data is also pretty slow. So lip sync RS. So poll. We just look for a new message. Actually, that should be really fast. Yeah, because we're not restarting a thread. Yeah, that should be okay. Yeah, actually, hold on. Let me check something. Is Godot slow? How and why? Well, Godot is, like, by the creator's own admission, not, like, the fastest. It's just supposed to be, like, easy to use. Which I do appreciate. Alright, so yeah. So you can see here, like, this is what we're getting from just completely raw audio data being passed in like this. So if we just kind of let it run, look at that. Yeah, and I know part of it is because I have a brown noise generator just going in the background, so that's probably messing with some of the data. But, you know, hard to say. Ooh, oh. No, that's still oh. It's hard. Instead of a real time, yeah, well, instead of a real time feed, it's actually not real time, by the way. By the way, in case you're wondering, it's not actually real time. So yeah, no, it's taking, so what's happening? So how it works is that it fills up a buffer. So every 5 frames of inputs, it sends it over to the lip sync stuff. Then the lip sync stuff will run it on a separate thread as a job. Right, so it's not spinning up and spinning down the thread. It just maintains its own separate thread and then has like a miniature job and maintains a 2-way channel between it. So it's already asynchronous. The slow part is this part right here, which I don't really have any control over, I think. Maybe I do, I don't know. Like I don't really know how to, like how do I record on a separate thread? That's what I want, but I don't think Godot can let you do that. So Godot, record, audio, thread. Yeah, so it is, don't worry, I've already considered pretty much everything that I can do, right? But I think I need to look into getting the recording bit to just run on a different thread. Or if it's already running on a different thread, I might just have too many threads running, which is weird because I have an AMD Ryzen something. Basically something that's pretty powerful. So, how do you come to a conclusion that it's slow? All right, so check this out. So I know for sure that it's slow because look at this. So start the tracker. Load in Alicia. And then look at this. So we're not doing anything right now. And our process frame is about, on average, 16 milliseconds. So it's pretty fast, considering that it's also doing all the other mapping. Now, when we turn on lip sync, and it's also, check it out, transparent, but we'll just move it aside. Now, we turn on lip syncing, and then, oh geez, look at that. Look at that average. It's now above 50 milliseconds. So we have more than doubled. We are about 2.5 times slower when we're using lip syncing. And the lip syncing isn't even that complicated, right? Like, we could make it more complicated. But, you know, oh geez, and then there's a big spike. So I'm pretty sure, like, part of this is because of the Godot stuff, right? Like, even if I, like, turn off the thread, I tested this before, even if I turn off, like, the Rust stuff, so the Rust stuff isn't even, like, running on a thread, it doesn't even maintain its own thread, you know, all we're doing is pushing data to it, and that's it, right? It still jumps up to this level, and for the reference application, it's the same way. So I'm, like, nearly, we'll call it 99% sure that it's the, however Godot is doing recording, it's pretty slow. So I think if there's a way for me to run it on a thread, but I'm pretty sure the audio recording runs on the main thread, so it's hard to say. Yeah. I mean, you know, the graph speaks for itself. Right? Like, look at that. That's crazy. That's crazy. So we went from roughly 16. You know, you have a big jump at the very start because you do need to load in pretty much everything all at once and then create the UI bits and all that. Might be hardware related or something like hertz to bits compatibility. I don't think there's a hertz to bits thing I need to worry about, maybe. And I don't think there's like a hertz to bits conversion I even need to work with. I know that there's a hertz to mel conversion that needs to happen at some points, depending on your algorithm, but no, even with the other one, right? So looking at the reference, check this out. So we can turn it on. We'll turn on the debugger as well. So this is our monitor. Look at that. We're at 16, roughly 17. Now, once we start recording, and oh no, look at that. Ah, geez. That was almost even worse than mine. Look at that. So we're in 40, 50 range. So, and of course, like, this is just audio. It's not even doing any tracking. Right? So it's not the Rust code that's slow. It's the Godot stuff. Something that's happening on the Godot end is really slow. You know, and I know it's not the conversion stuff because I used to run the conversion entirely on the Rust side as well. So I was getting the same performance. Really, sound hardware is slow. When you record something, you'll get like 30 plus mil. Is that true? I don't know. Yeah, well, I guess I can look into running it on a thread and then seeing if that helps. That's tough though. That's tough. But that is neither here nor there. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this to the branch. Get status. Well, get restore assets. VRM. Yeah, it's true. I don't know about recent hardware. I did music like 15 years ago. Yeah. Well, it wasn't 15 years ago. That's when I still had like sound cards and stuff, right? Like most people don't really, or most of the sound cards that come built into your motherboard are usually fast enough. So git add all. So like $200 a minute for a 15 millisecond delay on sound recording. I think I have I don't remember what my delay is. I have like an actual audio box as well. Where's my Focusrite? Maybe my Focusrite thing isn't actually running. You know what? It might have crashed. It might have crashed. Yeah. I forget. I don't remember what my delay is though. It's really low though. So have no fear. Like my microphone is not plugged directly into my computer. My microphone is already running through a sound system. A cheap one, but it's still a sound system. Syncing is working. Starts looking for good defaults. Yeah. Recent hardware might be better on ASIO delay. Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I think something that would really help, or probably like one thing I need to investigate further, is whether or not recording, or I guess like where does the recording happen? If it's running on the main thread, then I need to figure out how to make it not do that. It needs to not happen on the main thread. I have a suspicion that it is though, but have no fear, it's not a hardware thing probably. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in anyways. I will be live Tuesday from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time. Working on this again since we're pretty close to just having something that just works, right? So we can show it off again. I can kill this one. Get really close to the camera and use lip sync and all that good stuff. Hello, we're talking. I mean, maybe it's not actually working. No, lip sync is, yeah, there we go. CPU time should be stressed on CPU audio process, yeah. I don't know how to profile it though, besides that, right? So, cause like this is what I have. Like there's the I guess we have a profiler, we can start profiling. Look at that. Like physics frame, that's good, right? We can look at like there's like the VRM stuff, but that doesn't really make a huge difference, I think. So like there's the lip sync manager. Possibly, I don't know. There's the audio thread. What is the audio thread? How does the audio thread feel about this? Maybe it's not the audio thread, but then what's taking up all my idle time? What's taking up all my idle time? Like we need to be below 16.66. There's my audio thread. Apparently it's not. But then like what's taking up the rest of my frame time? Because there's no physics. You know, the script functions are also not doing anything. So we script functions, yeah, barely anything. What's taking up all my idle time then? I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. There's like a million different things it could be. But from what I have observed, it is like this part here. It's like pretty much this part here. These lines, something is really slow, and I don't know what it is. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Live Tuesday, 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time, working on this again because we're really close to being done. If you haven't given the channel a follow already, I highly encourage you to do so. I don't usually miss too many days streaming. I didn't stream all last week because I may or may not have had COVID, or it might have just been a cold. But, you know, my city is being hit pretty hard by it right now. There is a Discord. There's all the good stuff. This program, OpenCPH GD, is free and open source, available on my GitHub. you can also find the lip sync thing that I was working on also on my GitHub. You are close. Yeah, I'm very close. There's a lot of... I just need this to be more performance, and then I also need to just have better defaults. Yeah, 1, better performance, 2, better defaults, 3, make it so you can like bake in a, you know, like the ah sound, S sound, E sound, O sound, oo sound, you know? Yeah. Look at that. Oh, I turned it off and now it's super low, so it's something with the lip sync, I don't know why. Anyways, I'll catch you later. Actually, yeah, no, I'll catch you later. Try sample Rust recording app to see if audio delay any better. Yeah, I could try to do that. I don't know. Like the 2 Godot apps I've tried are both really slow, so it makes me think it's like Godot that's being slow about it. Because I can do, like it's pretty fast when I record, when I play straight into like FL Studio, it's pretty fast. So anyways, goodbye. Later.